All right, what's up, family? Welcome to Overtime, episode 48, right? Episode
Rat,
48.
rat
Yep.
47, right?
All right,
So
so
47.
I think we're on 48. I'm pretty sure we're on 48 now. But anyway,
I think it's 48.
we'll figure that out. So anyway,
47.
man, just a conversation. I just wanted to catch up with y'all on, man, because us as black people went through a lot, you know what I'm saying, during that past 2020. I mean, everybody went through shit, but I'm just saying specifically there was a big microscope put on black people. So we had the George Floyd shit, we had the bubble, we had NBA players protesting, we had a bunch of marches, riots, we had battles between Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and just all this chaos that's just going on, that was going on in 2020. So here we are, 2021. We past a year of the George Floyd incident, smack in the middle of the summer. You know what I'm saying? So, what do y'all think now that the dust has settled a little bit? Like, what do y'all overall like? What is y'all perspective? Do y'all think the movement made any of a difference? Do you think we made any progress as a people? And not even if we made any progress as a people, but what were we actually trying to do any goddamn way? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the end game of all that chaos that was going on last summer? Now that the dust has settled a little bit, like, have we made any progression? Has the fight been won? Because people from Black Lives Matter stepping down, and they was at the forefront of this shit, last year. So, I'm assuming if they stepping down, they must feel like
It
the
was
mission has been
scamming.
accomplished. But yeah, so I'm just curious as to what y'all think. All that chaos, all that shit that was going on in 2020, is specifically about the black community outside of the whole coronavirus shit, like, police brutality, all the, like I said, do y'all think anything came out of that now that the dust is settled?
I mean, things came out of it because certain political parties use it to propel themselves in the positions they are in today. So, in that fact, it did work. I think there's bigger agendas. Yeah, there's bigger agendas over the. I actually was kind of like thinking about this other day, and I don't want to hijack like what we about to be talking about, but this whole
nigga, this is the OT, bro. OT.
All right, so like what had me thinking about like that came out of this, right? Like you was hearing a lot of people talking about defund the police, and people like when you hear that, it's like real like sensationalism. You defund the police, how are you going to defund the police? These are people getting paid by like your tax dollars and everything. But I think when you start to see, I mean, of course we haven't seen these instances happen currently because they try to make it feel like it was like a Trump thing as far as like police violence and all that type of shit, even though I don't think how like one person was kind of like agitating these things, or why was it happen under his watch. I mean, you really haven't seen it under Biden, but I think this is like a ploy to like, if it does, continue to happen under Biden, it probably will eventually, the summer gotta, happen and settle down or whatever. But I think this is an attempt to like kind of like nationalize the police force. If you defund the police, then probably the federal government the federal government is gonna have to step in and kind of make, rules, blanket all of the police in the United States. So it's probably going to be like another sector of the United States government that is the police. Like they're going to actually militarize.
I think that's the direction that we're going in.
Yeah, they're going to I don't know the word, militarize the police.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So they're going like
they've been doing it. What y'all talking about?
They're not.
That's
been
pretty
doing
much
it
the direction we're going in there.
Yeah, they're going like saying like all your county, city, whatever, federal. All that shit's gonna be dead. It's gonna be one, unified police force under the federal government, and they're gonna have all the same training. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, why are they using this chokehold? Why are they using, you know what I'm saying? Why are they using this tactics? They're gonna be trained under one roof, under the federal government.
Yep.
So they're saying, oh, here's your solution to the problem that we presented to y'all, and that's how.
That's the next step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like going from just in general.
But who be coming with these phrases, defund the police, you know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter.
I mean,
who's coming up with these?
But you gotta be careful what you wish for, though. You know,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's like having regular security at the club,
right?
And then,
but look though,
regular security at the club versus the actual cops being at the club being security. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, it's completely different. Completely different.
That's my whole point when I said that they've already militarized the police out there. Joint. They already have. You see the military to go to war, whatever. You see them in the flak jackets, all that shit.
Yeah, you can't chop it, brother.
Local police departments got all that shit. Local police departments got all that shit.
But not all police, precincts and departments got all that stuff. So to make
depending on their funding.
Exactly, but to make sure everybody, has the bottom line, they're going to do away with all the county shit, all the, what I'm saying? It's going to be all under one roof. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pretty much.
What do you think it's going to be state?
It's going to be another branch of the military, I think. Just like how you just made up Space Force and shit like that.
I think that's the whole purpose.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and not to I ain't want to
from like.
I ain't want to hijack.
Nah, it's a good point. It's a good point because. It's a great point because I was thinking about that before too. And I think also it takes away the state's power. It makes it more of everyone under the full totality of the government. You know what I'm saying? And not even just that. Even that whole concept of defund the police. At the moment when you saying black people get shot down, you black, you care about your people, so you like, oh shit, fuck this shit. Like somebody got to do something about this. And they say, oh, black people here will defund the police, right? But then remember, we didn't had a whole conversation on this podcast talking about all the murders that be happening in the black communities all across America. Mm-hmm. So even though there's cops, like you mean to tell me you're going to defund the police in environments where niggas is already committing a whole rack of crime? Like we can talk about, think about it. As many niggas out here, committing crimes and doing fucked up shit. There's a lot of good people that live in those same neighborhoods and don't do nothing but go to work, come home, take care of their families, right? They don't deserve to have to go through that bullshit. So for you to be like, oh, police brutality, yeah, this, that, and the third, but then also somebody got to be there to protect the good people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be there to try to bring some sort of level of balance. Not necessarily saying that I know obviously there's corrupt cops. Not every cop is a good person. Not every cop has good intentions. But just to defund the police and just take them away completely and then just leave these regular citizens defend for themselves or I think that's a little irresponsible. Like I said, in the moment, and then guess what? So fucking crazy when you talking about how much we care about black people. You probably gonna lose even more black people when you ain't got nobody there to hold them down at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I just found that very interesting that niggas was saying we need to defund the police in environments where in high violent areas. Like that seems kind of crazy to me. I feel like you kind of leaving people to fend for themselves in environments where they can't really do shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just sounded crazy and just in general.
Yeah, I disagree with the whole defunding the police shit, but definitely make them accountable. I don't see how you go from
of course
how you jump to how do you jump from making people accountable just straight to you jump past that and go straight to just defund them? You know what I'm saying? Just make them fucking accountable. Have some accountable. Everybody else got to be accountable at their job.
Measure. It is drastic.
Yeah. Everybody else got to be accountable. If you do some stupid ass shit at your job, you get fired. You do some stupid ass shit at your job, you get fired. It's like, come on. Everybody got to be accountable at this point. Why we got to just defund just straight up? That don't make no sense.
But even within what you were saying, Randall, as far as like the whole federal police and all that shit, I think that's definitely a real thing because, like I was saying earlier, it takes away the individual power of the state. That means that everybody got to follow under one rule. And then when we talk about that whole concept of the New World Order and shit like that, like nigga, that's the beginning. I mean, I'm not saying that I kind of feel like the shit already been going on, but let's say if we're going into the next step or the next phase, if you get the whole United States of America to this be if you put the whole United States under a one federal rule, like you know what I'm saying, like where the states have no power, like nigga, then that shit's gonna travel from the states having no power to the countries having no power all across the world, and we all gonna be under one big ass fucking like nigga, it's gonna be one police force for the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, whether you from Argentina,
it's a new world
US or motherfucking in Australia, yeah, nigga, y'all niggas gonna get the same training.
You know
what
it's
I'm saying? Y'all
crazy.
gonna follow the same rules.
And then even on the most like sinister shit is they always have to ask for your permission to do the shit. So
Listen,
so
I was telling my dad.
I think that's
day.
spiritual, Randall. I think that's spiritual, Randall. I think that's spiritual, bro.
nah, they still
Like I think
play
beyond
by
the physical,
rules.
like
Yeah. They still have to, even though
that's
they
what I'm
do like
saying.
they move evil, but they still have to play under certain
They
rules.
have to
So
trick us.
when they
They
do
can't,
evil
yeah.
shit, they have to ask for your permission. Even when you watch all these horror movies and shit, like you can't the devil,
permission.
the demon, the spirit, they can't just walk up in your house. They have to ask for your permission. They trick you to ask
You have
for
to
the
give them
permission.
consent.
Yeah,
Right.
but they have to ask for your
That's
permission.
real shit.
So
that's real shit. That's some real ass shit, bro. Man, and even speaking on that shit right there, you know, it's when we talk about demons and shit getting into your house or getting into your spirit and shit like that, getting in your body, like, you know, that shit is all vibrational. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you know, the lower the frequencies that you project out, like it's like, you know how people burn sage and shit like that in their houses, like nigga, like you can literally create lower frequencies in your house that create space for demons to just enter that shit. So that's why, you know, just in general, outside the topic of the conversation, like nigga, that's why you want to make sure you keep, you need to make sure you keep some good energy or in your family, because bro, like I'm telling you, young, like if you come from a fucked up family, you know what I'm saying, you will leave your children susceptible to demons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real.
Yeah.
Like that's some real shit.
That's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta make sure you keep the energy good. Because when your children go on a lower vibration, like they're even more susceptible than you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying?
But now I was going just to piggyback off of I was telling my dad this the other day. I feel as though, because I was driving in the car and I just looked over, and the whole ride we was in the car for about 45 minutes. Guess what? He was on his phone. This as of maybe like last year, this dude didn't know how to operate a smartphone. No, I'm serious. So I was just telling him, and I'm like, yo,
I never, when I first met your dad, I never got that from him ever.
Ever.
Like, big family man. Yeah, I never figured him to be in his phone or nothing
exactly.
Like that.
So and so my
he liked them DVDs though.
But the thing that right. The thing that I brought up to him, like, yo, and I'm thinking to myself, they have done an excellent job at spoon feeding us, like, the agenda, like what they want to have happen, even because the thing about it is, you just like if a baby, like, you don't want to just give them, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, here's your peas or here's your vegetables, you know what I'm saying, you got a spoon, you got to give it to them little
peas are good, peas are good.
You got to give it to them,
it tastes good, right?
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you can't just drop technology, huge tech on older people like that, you know what I'm saying, because they won't be receptive to it. It's just a complete shut off. But
some will get it, some won't.
If you spoon feed them over the years, next thing you know, I'm like, yo, I'm looking at my dad, I'm like, yo, he is navigating the internet right now. You feel what I'm saying? This coming from the same guy that, as of 5 years ago, still only carried cash. You see what I'm saying?
I remember that though.
But now, guess what? He has a debit card. Like my dad always said, I don't never get one of those. Now, guess what? You ain't got no other choice. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like the spoon feeding of however they're going about doing the thing, getting everybody to do what it is that they want to do and move the sheep in the direction that they want to do. They're doing a very good job. That shit is crazy and it's scary.
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean, they do. That's a good point, Brian, because just in general, you know, I think the part of the reason why, and this is not the only reason, but just a part, it's the social pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're around people every fucking day that's going along with the program, and then you, after a while, you just gonna feel like you out of place, so you fall behind, and you gotta keep up. Like, as much as a motherfucker might be like, oh no, this is just a trick, the government's manipulating you. Us, and then you start watching everybody else around you, and you start seeing people, you know, using the advantages of the technology, even though there's a trick behind it. You know what I'm saying? They still using the advantage of it. You like, damn, here I am still 20 years behind. Like, man, fuck it. Let me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that plays a big part. And it's not even just that in technology, it's in almost everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like how I put it? It's like the powers that be might put a certain thing out for all of us to grab onto. And it's almost like the average everyday person, when you don't go along with this shit, but everybody else around you is going along with it, you feel like it's almost like, I don't want to. It's like the face mask shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might be reluctant as fuck at the beginning, but after a while, you like, all right, I ain't trying to be the oddball. I'm gonna start looking weird as shit now. So let me go put this face mask on. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of shit. Or it could be the same thing even in perspective. It could be the same thing even in perspective. Like niggas could be going so hard for a weird perspective, or so let's say contrived perspective, a perspective that was created for you. You know what I'm saying? People can go so hard for those perspectives. And wait, even speaking on that, all right, how about this perspective thing right now? What if that perspective was created for you? What if that's not your real perspective? Like, how we talk about the agendas? A lot of these agendas are made to create perspectives for people.
Right.
So now, like we were saying earlier, like, do you throw away a perspective? Do you dismiss somebody? Do you throw away a perspective? Me, I try to tell myself I'm an open-minded person, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes when I hear the same regurgitated shit a lot, and like you start to dismiss it after a while, and because you've already analyzed and attacked that perspective. But because it's so broad, a lot of people don't realize that they're giving the same perspectives that you hear on TV every fucking day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, does that make sense? So it's like, like how do you deal with a perspective that like, if I'm dealing with an individual person, how do I respect that perspective, even though I know this nigga is word by word saying what Adam Schefter said? You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, how that perspective. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's
like
redundant.
Do you still respect those perspectives more than, like I say, rather than an individual perspective? You see what I'm saying? Do you tell that? How can you tell if that's what a person really thinks, or if that's something that they were influenced by? I guess you would say.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah, it's almost like it's Ooh, that's a good question. Because damn,
does that make sense though?
I never ever thought of it that way.
Isn't that essentially the Matrix?
Because it's like
and that goes back to the whole point. It was like the social pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's the social pressure. It's like now I don't want to be the oddball. It's almost like that shit. I remember back in time. I'm not back in time. Back in the day, Brian, you said you was like, that nigga Kanye be saying that shit that like you can't say at the cookout. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. It's like so what's the cookout rhetoric? Like, what is the script that we supposed to stick to? You see what I'm saying? It's like, why when you go off the script and all of a sudden now everybody's getting triggered and everybody's getting, you know what I'm saying? Does that mean that because all of our perspectives have been trained, and then when someone gives us something new, it throws us off? You know what I mean? That's when
now I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's tough, because it's like you're saying, is your perspective even your perspective, or is your perspective part of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like even like goes back to when we was talking about individualism, where everybody has their own, they're their own person. So if you are your own person, you have your own spirit, you have your own consciousness. That means that you have your own perspective, right? So, but if your perspective, if you allow for other people's perspective to become your perspective, then that's when, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, are you even really living, or are you stuck in you see what I'm saying?
The Matrix. But look, right? All right, here's the question, right? If you all right, how about this? Like, I'm trying to think. All right, like, what if you, damn, I really can't even fucking, I don't know.
Y'all pondering some good pondering right now. Y'all pondering some good pondering.
I know, that's why I was like,
I got. So why do you think about that? All right, so I got something kind of piggyback off of this. All right, so look, I was thinking about this the other day. Have you ever, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, have you ever felt as though like you have this potential, but it's almost as if like you'd never reach it? it's like you don't like. It's almost like you feel us like you're special in who you are, and there's this potential that you know that you have, but it's like you don't know what it is. You don't know how to obtain it. It's like this feeling you get, like you know that you're a part of something. You are like your purpose. Like your purpose has like this huge impact or this huge meaning, and it's more than just like what we see, but it's like unobtainable though. You know what I'm saying? It's like like you don't even know to like how to even begin to start to tap into what your potential actually really is. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And is it even possible to have multiple
some bigger scale type shit? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Can a person have multiple potentials? If somebody say, "Oh, that person has potential," it's like, well, that's your perception of what that person's potential is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it possible to have multiple potentials?
Yeah, I would expect.
I mean, yeah. So. I mean, even that's all based in perspective. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all based on the context of what you're talking about. Because be like, oh, that seems like a person has the potential in basketball. That's very specific. You know what I'm saying? A person seems like they may have potential.
That's a lower level potential.
Specific, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck it may be. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. But you're basically saying like intuition. You know what I'm saying? I think every human being has that. I think that's part of the reason why niggas get up and strive in the morning, because you see yourself as being better than what you was yesterday. You feel like you got to work towards something. So I think like I don't think anybody wakes up and be like, I'm just a regular nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like at least you gotta, I'm talking a person that's willing to do something, keep themselves up, keep themselves going, work towards something. So that's what I mean. Yeah, I think everybody thinks that shit. Like if you're gonna work
okay,
towards
so let me ask you a question.
Do you think some level of potential? Like this is what I'm saying. You have to see a potential in yourself, have a vision of potential in yourself to work towards that. You know what I'm saying? Like every successful person had to see it first before they did it. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
So let me ask you a question. Answer me this. What is Marcus's potential? What do you think that your potential is? Like, what do you what do you think that you can accomplish?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even share that. I wouldn't even share that with you though, because that's some shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I was to tell you that, then I'm giving. You see what I'm saying? Like, if my potential got to stay with me in order for me to protect that. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't even tell you. You feel me? Does that make sense? That's very.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense, which brings me back to my point. Is like I remember when I started off by saying like there is you feel as though I feel as though I have this potential. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is for nobody else to know, but also at the same time, it's like sometimes I feel as though like how does one know when when one knows that he's caught in the matrix, when one knows that everything around him is based off of corruption, X, Y, and Z, even within all of that, like you're trying to reach your potential amongst all of that shit, right? And that shit is not easy because, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to live life, you're trying to have a family, all this stuff, but at the same time, you're trying to reach your potential, and that's part of your potential. You see what I'm saying? Getting to that point.
You talking about getting to a point of higher consciousness?
I think that me personally,
trying to be the best you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I also think that
be the best you while trying to reach a higher level of consciousness. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's tough. That's tough.
So you saying that's hard? You saying that's hard to do? You saying that's hard to do?
Yeah, I feel as though like because
I'm saying, but
go ahead.
If a person thinks that if they have that ambition, who am I to put a limit on somebody else and tell them that they're doing too much? You feel me? Like, who am I to say that? But like that person thinks they can do it. Hey, go for it, bro. If you want to be the best you and want to be conscious at the same time, nigga, go for it. I would never tell a nigga not to. What's negative about being conscious and trying to be the best you? You feel me? Like, I don't even. That's not even something to talk about. Like, that's like a go for. You know what I'm saying? Not much of a conversation with that.
I know, but what I'm trying to say, my point is that when it gets to the point that sometimes, and I'm only speaking for myself, it gets to the point where sometimes like you feel as though like you have this huge, you know what I'm saying, like you have this purpose, whatever this purpose may be. But it's like how do you like tap into what that specifically is when you know that it's not technically of this world, if that makes any sense. Like it's on a much higher level than what we're talking about or what we're, you know what I'm saying? I just feel as though like I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I feel like that's up to the individual person. Like if you're talking about another person's purpose, that's up to them. That's an individual thing. You see what I'm saying? Like I can't, you see what I'm saying? Like I can't speak on what another motherfucker feel. Like that's an inspiration from God or whatever they may feel within a spirit. You see what I'm saying?
True.
I can't tell a person what they think their potential is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad that somebody even think that they have potential because there's a lot of people don't even have that shit. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So you feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So I was asking, I'm like, all right, like how am I supposed to like just going about thinking about it? It's just like, all right, because you know what I'm saying, everybody's trying to get to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you know your purpose and you know your meaning and you're trying to move forward. That it's just that sometimes for me, just like damn, it's like cuz like I know like I'm supposed to be way up there, but it's like, all right, how do I get to that point? But like you said, that's more of a like that based off of that person. You know what I mean?
That's an individual battle with every single person. I don't think there's a human being on earth that's not striving to be better, bro. Like that's literally what you talking about. You just talking about niggas striving to be better. That's literally all you say. Like it's like this is like everybody that I think everybody that unless I'm tripping, unless a lot of niggas would just be like I'm a regular nigga and then just live.
No, I think overall most people
I'm
are.
assuming that every.
I don't know.
You think most people are regular niggas?
No,
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is most people can be regular niggas. But if you think you're better than that, go for it, bro. Well, I could never judge a nigga for thinking highly of himself or wanting to be better. That makes no sense to me. I don't get that. You know, like who am I to put a limitation on another man? That makes no sense to me. I don't get that shit. I really don't think like that. So I don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
It's like if a nigga think he got potential and think he can do it, bro. Like who am I? Even if I don't like you, be who you are. Be the best you.
Some people don't.
What's wrong with being the best you, bro? Because we're literally having the conversation about niggas trying to be the best you and niggas being like, nah, bro, like you just regular. Like, why do you strive so high? Like, it's like, nah, nigga, be the best you. What's wrong with
it's niggas
why
like
we
that
even
though.
talk about this? It's not even. But bro, this though, I'm telling you, why are we talking about this? It's like we literally talking about niggas. Like, I don't get this. I really don't understand this. I really don't, because I don't get it. It's like if people want to be the best them and think highly of themselves and want to work towards that, there's nothing wrong with that. Even if they haven't
at all
reached it yet, even if you a nigga who strive to be great at 20 years old, and then you growing up, and I met this nigga at 18, and then I thought I was gonna be great at 18, and here we are 34 or whatever, and niggas ain't fucking great yet. And then who knows, nigga might be great at fucking 50. Who are you to say, oh nigga, right. Who are you to think so highly? Like, doesn't make fucking sense. So why are we talking about this shit? You feel me? This shit don't make sense. I don't get it. I really don't understand.
Some cats is like that though, like how some cats they don't want to see.
Those not my type of niggas, my nigga. Exactly, or that ain't my type of nigga. Like because I don't get it. I don't understand the even the conversation. I'm just like, bro, don't you think that way too? Like, why are we talking about this? I don't understand.
Which I got on this. I don't know if y'all touched on it, but which I got on this critical race theory shit.
Nigga, we had a whole fucking episode.
What are you talking about?
A whole episode? We ain't had a whole episode.
We definitely talked about this shit last week, didn't we? Oh, no, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about 2 weeks ago?
No.
So if I pull it up right now, I get the slap.
We talk about race. We talk about race all the time, but we didn't talk about
critical race theory.
Critical race theory. These niggas have a whole acronym and everything for it. Come on, dog. We ain't talking about critical race theory.
You want bet?
Was it on OT?
No.
How many times we got bet, dog? It wasn't no beef chuck.
It was beef
it
chuck.
wasn't no
It was fucking beef chuck.
Couldn't no beef chuck. It ain't no critical race theory. Come on, dog.
Corey, you spoke on it.
What I say?
Stupid.
What I say? I ain't said enough. Y'all didn't say enough. I was just bringing it up because I keep hearing it every week, though, dog. It's some new shit every week, bro. It's new shit, and it's like, and I'm hearing a little more about it every time, and then I'm hearing like this whole what is it? The 1619 project, is that what it's called? The 1619 project or something like that, or 1916? I think it's 1619 project, some shit like that. Whatever the fuck.
What is that?
And that was another thing I was gonna ask. Like I haven't delved into it too much, but I haven't delved into it at all. Actually, the 1619 project. I forgot what
What
damn, I had just seen a video. What you got?
What'd that say?
What is critical race theory and why is it under attack?
Is that not our podcast?
I don't think so.
He said we ain't talking
Who
about
that?
That's us. Shut the hell up.
Who that? We didn't delve into it too much though.
I don't know.
I know we talk about it. We talk about this type of shit all the time, but it's like it's just coming to the forefront like every day now. Like the
do you think it's detrimental? Like people got to be more aware of certain topics, or
I don't.
So you think
I don't, and that's why I wanted to bring it up.
You think people got to be drilled in their head every day, like racism is out here?
I don't think that either, though. But it's like from my perspective, we were talking about perspective in the Flight Room podcast. We're talking about perspective. So from my perspective, it feels like people are the people who are against this critical race theory. Which really is a college type curriculum. It's not being taught in no elementary schools or no shit like that.
It's a K-12. All right,
that's bullshit though. Nobody has proven that it's being taught in anybody's school. But every time they ask somebody, they're like, "Oh no, it's not. No, I don't know." But what they're teaching it, and nobody can say what teacher is teaching this shit or what school is teaching this shit. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point is it seems like it's the, as they call them, the far right. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's I got to. It seems like it's the far right. You know, it's a political thing. That's all it is. It's not just no regular ass shit. It's literally a political thing. So you have to put labels on the shit. It's the far right trying to basically change history, basically change what the fuck happened. They don't want niggas to learn. They don't want you to learn about slavery. They want you to be endangered slave servitude or just
you think if they don't talk about
you just working off some shit or whatever. Basically, they're trying to change a whole bunch of different shit. Dog.
You think if they're not talking about critical race theory, that means they're overlooking what actually happened in this country. That's what you're saying. No,
that's not even what and that was my other thing too about the joint, about both sides. It's like we've technically been teaching critical race theory since we've grown up. We all know about slavery and everything. We learned about shit and when we were growing up or whatever. But it seems like one side does not want to teach about slavery or none of what happened the way it actually happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Has any of it been talked? Like, cause
all of it's sugar coated.
Right.
So even when the history books are sugar coated.
And even then we don't even know, because I'll be seeing too much shit. So you know what I'm saying? Even then it might not be that, even what we have learned, it might not be right. It might be bullshit anyway. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It just seems like a whole bunch of hoopla to cover up a whole bunch of hoopla.
How is it beneficial though, Corey?
Well, the thing is, I feel like it's beneficial. It's beneficial just to get the knowledge out there, so folks know where it came from. Folks know what the hell happened. What what they tell you when you're growing up. You got to know your past to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your past to know where you headed. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck. If somebody fucked you over, in the past or whatever, you need to know what's going on, so you don't run that same bullshit game. You know what I'm saying? So that same bullshit game ain't ran on you.
Hey, but B, you kind of said this before. If you're always looking in your rear view, how can you how can you progress?
I get that though. I get that.
Not in this sentence, but how do you progress if you're always looking in the rear view? Like if you tie into yourself to like the past and the pain and you know what I'm saying? Oh, we came from this.
But before you answer, B, before you answer, I just want to say at least knowing what happened before.
Yeah,
not looking into the past. Just at least know what happened.
We know
then you
what
can
happened.
progress
Just
and do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
or how do you even make the change? Like, they talk about like systematic racism, but like how do you change it?
I don't know.
Well, you can't change it if you don't know your past. So
okay, but you can say your past all you want, but how do you change it in the present? We all talking about time travel and shit. How you change the present?
I also think that what if in schools, like instead of like teaching all of the, you know what I'm saying, like nope, like black American history, Black American history isn't all bad. You know what I'm saying? We have people in, you know what I'm saying, we've had people who invented things and all these. It's a lot of things that just go unnoticed that are just not taught in schools. You know what I'm saying? Like we know the George Washington Carvers, and you know what I'm saying, we're taught about the people that they want us to know about, but there's
you get February. You get February to learn about those,
you know what I'm saying? But
so
what I think it kind of starts in, you know what I'm saying, just the overall education of us being recognized of as to like a lot
just
more
regular Americans,
right? A lot more of the positive things that we actually did. You know what I'm saying? Because we have done a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of waiting till February to recognize black people,
it don't need to be all slavery.
Recognize everybody all year. You know what I'm saying?
Because if it's all about slavery and like you know, like Lighthouse says, that woe is me mentality, it's like, all right, that's all that you're gonna know, rather than, you know what I'm saying, actual some positive shit that African Americans actually did.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing that's gonna help us change is we got to stop this crab nigga mentality. That shit right there gotta be the first thing out the window, because you know when the niggas closest to you hate you the most, woo, can't get nowhere with that shit. So we definitely got to make sure that, you know, if we really care about each other and we want to see other black people win, we got to strive to, you know, we want to see the positive in people. Want to see, you know, to like, you know, so I think that's definitely a first step, because, you know.
Yeah.
But this crab nigga mentality is definitely some shit that we definitely need to try to eliminate.
I think people as a whole gotta, you know, point out who's, you know, actually the opposition to, because when you confuse or you blurred or you got a cloud of who's the opposition and you're not really seeing the people that kind of steer you in the wrong way, that's like, I think, the biggest hiccup to me. Because people kind of like
that's a good
background. They play in the background, and you point at these figures that's supposed to be steering you the right way, but actually they, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They leading you to the pits of fire.
Yeah. Ain't nobody said no lies on Flight Room. Ain't nobody said no lies. You ain't lying. None of y'all.
That's it, man. I was gonna say something else, but...
Oh shit.
I know it probably sounded way worse.
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
Nah, man.
It wasn't that
bad. Folks be dropping dimes on this show. Real gems, diamonds and gems.
What was you gonna say earlier, Marcus?
About what?
Right before you said all that you was thinking about something. It was a question.
Yeah, I really don't remember.
Got him.
That's how it be sometimes. That's how it be.
What else? I got something.
What's up?
Y'all ain't got no. I don't got no
like deep conspiracy.
You ain't got no clubhouse shit for me.
Today your boy was in the news though, Corey.
Who?
Your boy. Who else is your boy?
Who, nigga? Who?
Who always say your boy is?
I don't know, man. Come on, dog. Who my boy?
Trumpito.
My dog. Get out of here, y'all.
Trumpito.
My nigga.
He is suing. He's suing. The big tech. He's suing Google. He's suing Twitter, saying, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, these niggas better watch out.
Watch out. How dare y'all take them off these platforms?
How dare y'all niggas? Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Trumpito funny and shit.
I think
he really not trying to have no ticket. It seemed like he want to get a ticket, but I feel like it's gonna be off some. He's trying to get a ticket. Because he know. I feel like he know he got like some bum motherfuckers that like. I don't know. We done seen the whole insurrection and all that shit. I feel like he know he can incite motherfuckers to do some violence and shit. And
it's not violence, but that's no. You just gotta have.
Nigga, what you mean it's not violence, nigga? They just fucking kick windows out.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. All right.
I said it earlier. You have to inject yourself to like the pulse of the people to make them feel only one certain way. Like I said, if we was on this podcast only speaking one certain way, we would have a heavy following. But because we can, see both sides of the spectrum for the most part, that's why. But he, injects himself on one side of the pulse, and the other people do on the other side. And do you think that's not on purpose?
Yes,
he's just playing his role.
I won't say he's playing his role.
Playing his role.
Yes.
He knows there's success in one avenue.
You can't say that you're playing a role and you're trying to get to a certain position and you're manipulating.
What position?
I mean, you can be on a football team or whatever. You fucking center or whatever.
But what position?
You're playing a role. You're doing your job. But no, we're talking about leader of the free world. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying that you just playing a position.
You think people want
to violence and shit? That don't make no fucking sense. No,
you think people want to be the president? People don't really want to be the president. They just playing a role.
Nigga, you crazy. This nigga who was supposed to be a billionaire and all the other billionaires was calling this nigga the fuck out. Why would he money and shit?
Why would he step down from that billionaire role to play the president?
Because he don't got no fucking billions.
No, because
he don't got no fucking billions. That's the whole point. Look, you can because he about to be locked the fuck up for.
We can focus on Trump all day, every day, but all these presidents' job is to lie to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Their job is
Their
job is to make money for said corporation that put them in there. That's their job.
But what corporation? What corporation? Because this man's supposed to be the man with all the money. He's supposed to be the man with all the money, but all the billionaires is laughing at his ass. He's supposed to be the man with the money.
Okay, and he's still part of a secret society, and that comes first.
Who?
Trump, Biden, all the motherfuckers. God damn.
Biden's just a millionaire. He ain't
do
shit.
y'all think that
Biden's just a millionaire? When?
He ain't shit.
When? After the fact?
Do y'all think that Black Lives Matter would have been what it was if it?
Hold on, I got something else to say about Biden too.
Go ahead.
God damn!
Hold on,
you cut off my man Keys. I was trying to drop some dimes.
Because all right, but he just brought it up. All right, so Biden, right? This whole. Did you see when he fired all these people in the staff that supposedly admitted to use marijuana, not even tested positive.
Smoking weed. Yeah, they know what time it was. Shikari, Richardson. They know what time it was.
Let me get
through what time it was.
Let me get through this. But they fired everybody that was in his cabinet that admitted to smoking weed in the past, not testing positive for weed. Just on good faith, they just said, in the past, yes, I smoke weed. Okay, they got fired, but his son is like on a book tour, and this nigga is a known crackhead talking about his crack use in his book. Living and all that shit.
Best life.
Making all that
Former
money.
Crackhead.
Exactly. How does that work, bro? How does that work?
How does that work? A former.
Okay, he's a former crack, but he has like government contracts. You know what I'm saying? He's making all this money in Ukraine and all that shit. How is that possible, bro? In what
that
world?
Shit is crazy.
It's crazy. It's lunacy.
It is crazy. I love that shit though. Don't just make you aspire to get some money out this joint. Just so you can set some rules and be like, fuck these niggas. Yeah, he's a crackhead. Yeah, but we got money, so
it's lunacy.
Stupid.
I love it.
Lunacy. But
as long as you're not racist, though. As long as you're not racist. If you want to be a motherfucker that got money and just be like, fuck everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's cool with me. But you can't be racist and don't shit with that shit. But
I don't know. It can't be money. It's got to be more than money because Joe Biden don't have all the money in the world for him to get that much of a pass. And
that's why I said he just a. That's why I tell you. I said he just a mayor. He ain't shit.
And for people not even to question like something like that, y'all couldn't put together those pieces. I don't know. It's crazy to me. Maybe
look, I'm gonna holler at my man Eric Trump in a second. You know what I'm saying? After this podcast, I'm gonna see what's going down. Let's see what's going down.
No, I was gonna say
my fault, B.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, do you guys think that Black Lives Matter would have been what it was if it wasn't for COVID?
Nah, everybody was focused on, and we said this back then. Everybody's home, everybody's focused, everybody's, you know what I'm saying?
Was it bumping before COVID though?
It was, but not at the height because people had the time to go out there. Yeah.
I got the time today. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, nah.
Niggas had the time.
That's why I feel like everything falls under a master plan. Like everything is like detailed to the T. They cross all the T's, they dot all the I's. Like it'd be plan. I hear my fucking echo.
It ain't my shit. I got the state of the art shit over here. Baby.
No, you do not.
I don't hear echo at all.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's the game though. That's exactly what it is, man.
And the thing is, like, they would make it seem like it was so not even close, but it was probably a lot closer than what we was as far as like the election and all that shit. And I'm not to say like anything was stolen or anything, but the fact that they made it seem like it was so a disparity.
Think about it though.
Hold on,
about the election shit.
All right, but they made it seem like it was such a disparity in the results where you knew for a fact, like just using like your eye test. You know what I'm saying? You see how it was a million motherfuckers marching on the Capitol. So how was it? Yeah,
this bothers me.
Yeah. How was it not that close? But the thing is, like,
they're trying to make niggas think they crazy,
right? But when you on that side, like, how do you not question? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was flipped the other way, you'd be like, oh, for sure it was stolen, for sure. But being that it's on the other side, you don't even question that shit.
No, because I'm not a dumbass motherfucker.
But you know for a fact it was closer than what they showed.
What, as far as the votes or what?
Yeah,
you talking about the votes?
Yeah, he had more votes than anybody in history.
Yeah, both of them had more votes than anybody in history.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo.
I'm hearing the echo too. I hear that shit in my good ear.
Do you think the general? But you think the general consensus about Black Lives Matter, like do you think like the people still going with it? You know what I'm saying? Or do you think like people are like waking up about the shit in general? I
don't think people
Black
waking
people
up
per se.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it gotta be like
I be feeling like news be coming out like almost daily that just makes them look less credible all the fucking time. But like, you know, so I be thinking everybody else, I guess, be, you know, I guess
no, everybody's not
picking
like
up on this shit.
Nah. It probably only takes another incident for, you know, people right back on board.
You saying another incident and everybody,
but you know, a lot of people grown up. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point because they've kind of been the default, you know, heroes of the movement. So it's like kind of like once the situation happen again, people are kind of trained to look for Black Lives Matter to pop up. You know, so yeah, you're 100% right. That's probably exactly what's gonna happen.
Like, oh yeah, that's
even
right.
Some of the people that's questioning it, then they're gonna get pulled right back in. Like even some of the people that's questioning and shit, they're gonna get pulled right back in. And it's so weird because a lot of these parents is coming out like speaking against these niggas of the kids who was lost, and that's still like not even enough.
Yeah, that should be the biggest telling sign. The biggest telling sign. But
you know,
do we talk about
the parents of the same kids that we, you know, that's all over these t-shirts and on billboards and shit.
That's in the trenches.
And, you know, they getting broadcasted to the world. You know, and these parents still in you know, like you said, in the trenches, and you know, in the same situation they was in, while people who are using their children's names, you know, is retiring and shit. It's a step, you know what I'm saying? This shit is kind of fucking crazy.
Can I pose a question real quick? I think somebody put it didn't make the joint, but is there a point in time that you would be okay with killing somebody?
Damn,
I'm hearing the echo too. That ain't my echo, dog. That ain't my echo. That ain't me.
Let me see.
Man, I mean, I don't know, young, because you know, it's some weird ass niggas in the world, you know what I'm saying? I would definitely say that. And you know, you never know who the fuck got it out for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so just never fucking know.
Would I? Possibly. Would I admit to it? Never.
You see, so you're saying like as far as just like defending yourself, or like, you know, everybody got to defend themselves.
Yeah, defending yourself. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. You defend yourself. Yeah. That's what I mean.
You know, just let nobody kill you, but at the same time, I wouldn't,
you know,
label myself a
you
killer.
Can have zero negative. Yeah, you can have zero negative intentions for a nigga, but I don't mean that they don't feel the same way about you. You know what I'm saying?
But how would you I want to know. I understand. I feel like everybody was act the same way. I think we all in the same accord as like if it came down to it, yeah. But would it be some overkill shit? Would y'all niggas be on some overkill shit?
You talking about revenge?
No, I'm not even no revenge. Just like if it was some shit that you had to, you know what I'm saying? If it was life or death, whether it was you or your children or whatever. Revenge. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
we talking about, but y'all understand?
Would you be on some like
y'all
some fucking crazy shit?
Y'all create ultimatums right now.
No. That's what I'm saying. I said I would never admit to it because somebody could take this and chop it up and use it against me. But
that's why I said
I'm asking the question. I'm not answering the question. I'm just asking the question.
Stupid.
I
think push come to shove, everybody, you know, defends themselves regardless. You know, it's just naturally what your body will do.
Yeah,
it's a boo 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 rose. Hey.
Stupid. All right, so you talking about natural ability, B? Why don't you ask this question? I know you posted this shit in the chat about the body having the sensors, the frequencies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I seen that shit. I was like,
no, I was just
too long for me to read. Come on.
I just be wanting to ask. No, it was just more so. I mean, we talked about it before. It's just you know, we perceive light, and everything is frequency. We just can only sense certain frequencies within the spectrum, but we know that there are frequencies outside of that spectrum. It's just more of the outside world of the spectrum of frequencies that we don't see. Like that's an entirely different, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, it's an entirely different world that we are announced to, you know? Which is kind of crazy.
B, Keys.
I mean, that's basically saying we living in a multi-universe, right? Like,
Exactly.
Basically multiple, what you call it, dimensions at the same time and shit.
Man, I was watching this movie on Netflix the other day.
Yep.
That shit was wild. It was like the midnight or I don't know.
What movie?
Joel Egerton in it. That's all I remember.
I probably seen it. What is it? What's the name?
I'm about to tell you.
On Netflix King. What is it? What is it? Yep, I seen it.
It's definitely not right.
I saw something. Hold on. I saw something the other day. Keanu Reeves said about the Matrix.
Wait, that thing coming.
No, it ain't.
Boy,
Well, what the next Matrix
movie? Have
movie?
another Matrix, buddy. You crazy?
No, they shooting it.
Oh, Midnight Special.
I seen that. I seen
seen
that.
One too bad.
I seen that.
What is that about?
It wasn't too bad.
It was like a kid. He was kind of like a prophet, almost, and I was guessing like this is like kind of like that Utah area where they had those big like communes of religious or Mormons or whatever. Yeah, so he was coming out of the commune, and like the NSA and the these government agencies was like focused on this kid for good reason because he wasn't from this world. It was wild how they was like protecting him and how the government knew about him and how the kid was so in touch. And then at the ending, it was crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's a good movie.
Keanu Reeves said the concept of the Matrix isn't much different from our reality. We make up, carry out habits, and go to sleep, and only to wake up to do it again. It's like you exist, but you don't feel alive.
Tell him kiss my ass. We need more descriptive shit. God damn it.
Oh,
He know what time it is.
I got this screenshot from a while back. Tech billionaires think we live in the Matrix and have ass scientists to get us out.
Ask scientists to get us out.
You even say ask scientists to get us out, even that alone just let you know that's bullshit. Like,
exactly. Please get us out, please.
This is a real headline.
Where's the button? Press the button, please.
But these tech motherfuckers, man,
because they don't want you to think that you have the power to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that?
They making all the rules.
It's on us.
Bezos, Elon.
It's on us.
And that's what tell you that it's real. But it's
your man stepped down. The Bezos stepped down though. Why he stepped down though?
The same with Elon. Elon stepped down like
oh shit, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
When did he do that?
He been saying he was going to step down, but it was officially like yesterday. But
oh shit, I ain't know.
How was that? It's the powers that be that need to control that shit. The powers that be. Control that shit.
And it's just I think you're better suited when you're just the face. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do the day-to-day shit. It's just like when you're the face, you can like I don't know, do more for them. And like I said, he about to be in space now. So
yeah,
you think that's all? That's the only thing he's focusing on right now.
Elon stepped down, now he in space. Bezos stepped down, now he trying to go to Mars and shit. Like, who's next?
So, what do you think the end game is with that though? Bullshit. Let's say fast forward 10 years from now. What's the end game? Like, this is the beginning of what? Everybody trying to go to space. Okay, what is this the beginning of though? Like, what is?
Well, he on the.
What's next with that?
As far as Bezos, he on the richest shit or whatever the fuck. So he Gucci. That's all I'm saying. If we got Armageddon coming over this motherfucker,
I'm talking about us though, Simo.
I don't.
They ain't gonna be good. I'm talking about us.
We ain't got shit to do with that.
I don't think there's.
We just trying to live, dog. That's it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. We ain't got shit to do with it.
I personally though, it does sound crazy. I don't think there's.
He about to give an explanation.
I don't think there's a space to
we're not
escape
kicking
to.
like that. It don't matter.
there's not a space to escape to. So like when they say they're leaving, like
exactly,
Earth, and I don't think they're
there's
doing that.
nowhere to escape to.
I think like what I mean, if you watch like that movie Greenland, it's gonna be like under under mountain bunkers and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to space.
The white folks want to leave us out here. We done. We done. We ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna shut up. All right. I'm back. Okay, I'm back.
This nigga see my wow.
I give a goddamn. I give a damn.
What do you think the end game is, Beto?
I don't know, yo.
This is fishy all around the board.
I don't know.
It's fishy
because it's like I feel like we're in a transitionary period, and it's a lot. You gotta watch. You gotta watch these niggas because you gotta literally watch every single thing that they do because shit gets slid past you, and then you get caught off guard, and it's like fuck.
Yeah, but like the common sense really don't be adding up sometimes.
No, it don't.
It don't at all.
It don't even have to. Shit don't even have that.
Nigga.
Like we're supposed to be inhabiting Mars in the near future, taking commercial flights to Mars or commercial flights into space, but we don't possess.
Yeah, that's all movie shit.
We don't possess the technology to go back to the moon. That don't add
that's
up.
all movie shit. It's like that shit don't add up.
Don't add up.
That's all movie shit. That's all movie shit.
We can't go back to the moon.
That go back to what I was talking about the UFO shit. Was it a week ago? Whatever the fuck. It was talking about the documents that came out or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was only like 9 pages.
Yeah, but it was I think I don't know if it was that or something else, but basically it was like a treaty that is supposedly ending.
No, that's not in there.
Okay, that's something different.
Yeah,
something different. Well, the treaty ending, so we'll see. Whatever. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. That's all I'm gonna give y'all.
Yeah, that's if you believe in that. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it just certain things don't make sense. Even like the stuff that they for what they want us to believe as truth, that don't make sense. Like at least get your story, at least get your story straight. If you're gonna lie.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the story don't even have to make sense though. At the end of the day, because it's just like we're dependent on the news or the narratives that they put out because it gives us a sense of stability. Because most people really don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? So they lean on whatever narrative is getting painted for them because it gives them a level of comfort, and they know that shit.
Security.
So they don't even have to make sense. They don't really don't. Yeah, we like as much as people want to admit. I mean, don't want to admit, but we find security in the system. We find security in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because at least we're familiar with it. At least because we're familiar. We're familiar with.
At least it's some rules. It's some rules that we know. It's some rules.
Yeah. It gives us structure. It gives us structure because we know if we don't have structure, we probably gonna wild out even fucking worse. So it's like at least these niggas is telling us what to do. Because if they ain't telling us what to do, if they ain't telling me what to do, like what you mean I don't have to go to work tomorrow? What am I going to do now? Like you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I really think a lot of that shit. I think that's what a lot of that shit is. I think people lean on it just because of that damn reason right there. Yeah. And it goes back to that conversation of trying to fix the system while living in the system. Like you can't do that. Like you either going to dismantle the motherfucker or
right.
Or you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't because it's rooted at least from a perspective of capitalism, because capitalism is rooted on the permanent lower class. So we can talk all this equal rights bullshit all we want, but that's not real. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have if you are a capitalist, you know what I'm saying, a person who's striving to make money, then you know what I'm saying, it's like nigga, at the end of the day you are a part of the system. You are oiling the gears to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it really don't make no sense. This equality shit is fake for real. It really is. I think it just gives people this like sense of morality, and it goes back to the same conversation. A lot of people don't really know what is good and what is bad, so they need someone to tell them. So be like, all right, well here, nigga, That's what we don't want y'all to think. This is what makes you a bad person. That all that cancel culture is like all rooted in the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same goddamn thing. People looking for another motherfucker to tell them what to be offended by. You know what I'm saying? What's bad? What's good? It's like that type of shit. So
do you think that we are? Do you think that we've been programmed beyond being unprogrammed?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that.
Like, do you think that like like we've been programmed so much to the point like? Well, no, I guess not because we're having these conversations.
Yeah.
You can't.
As
I
a
mean,
people,
not even just that. Like, I think there's definitely going to be a level of programming. Like, if you living in this shit, you're going to be programming yourself because you indulging in it. Like, I don't think you're going to be 100% like unprogrammed because you're fucking indulging in it. I feel like the niggas who plug out that shit the most be like monks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas living in the mountains away from like electricity. Right. Or people living like deep in the jungle and shit like that. But like if you participating in quote unquote modern day society, yeah, because I guess that's what they say is the form of being domesticated. You know what I'm saying? Like we are, we're not living natural. We're not living in free. We fucking are playing in this system, this game. So yeah, I think you're going to still be programmed somewhat. And it even goes back to the concept of competition. You know what I'm saying? It's like even that, like we compare shit. We who's the best rapper, who's this, who's that, like it's like that's all part of programming. So it's like even that, it's like I have a favorite team, I have a favorite that's all right, that's all part of programming. So like even if you can you're still playing into it. And to be completely 1000% honest, even just to have conversations with niggas, you got to be plugged in somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you be talking over niggas' heads all day if you ain't plugged in. So you still gotta like just even be able to be social with people. You still gotta engage in indulge in this shit somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
so
you.
yeah, I do think you. I don't think you can 100% just unplug unless, like I said, you become a monk or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's probably about it. Like nigga, if you got a smartphone, nigga, you plugged in.
Yeah. Straight up.
True. So simple as that.
But B, you said, can we reverse the spell? Is that what you're asking?
I was just more so just saying like, are we like damaged beyond the point? Like, is it? Are we ever going to? Do you think that we're ever going to get to the point where like there's no need to have Black Lives Matter? There's no need to have courts and
you talking about from like
that.
a black people? Oh, you talking about courts? I was gonna say as far as Black Lives Matter from a black people perspective, but you saying like courts, organizations, systems? You talking about shit like that?
Yeah,
right?
Because I mean, to a certain exactly, and I think to a certain extent, you gotta have laws. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have, because you can't just have people making up their own shit. But at the same time, it's like you can still live in peace and harmony with laws. It's happened before, But I just don't know now. It's just my question was: are we like damaged beyond? Like, is there no going back at this point in time?
I think so. I think so, because I think the only way this shit gonna change is if we do without the system. I'm not saying that we should deliberately do it. I'm saying that like it's gonna take a catastrophic event where we just gonna have to start from scratch. Because I think people attach to this shit too much. Like as much as people want to be like, oh, world peace. It was like, nigga, this shit that you enjoy and you indulge in every day is part of the same war that you see on television. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, not on TV, but you know what I mean. Like the same war that you say you don't agree with. Everything we indulge in every day is all tied into the same shit. It's all looped up. It's all a game. Powers of the world using propaganda on their own people, manipulating them, and tricking niggas to fly planes in the buildings and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all these motherfuckers is using manipulation. It's all a game, at the end of the day. So
finesse.
I feel like the only way it's going to change is when all this shit fucking blow up, and then the niggas who's left start rebuild this motherfucker. Like, I don't want that to be the solution. But from my perspective, what I see in people, that's just what I say. I don't see people who are striving for peace, or want to, if that makes sense. I don't think that's really the general perspective. I think more people have more of a competitive type mindset, you know.
Yeah, I think it's also more along the same lines. I think it's about time for some sort of like divine intervention. Not saying like the second coming of Jesus or anything, but more of like
the ball to bounce our way.
Yeah, like there's you know what I'm saying, some sort of shift that is not, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be completely like non-physical. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more of like a
epiphany, a spiritual epiphany.
Like a spiritual thing that happens.
That's how I wanted to happen, like that. Like if there was some sort of spiritual epiphany where everybody just woke up and was like, "Oh shit, we fucking up." Like, "Oh shit, now I get it." Right, you know,
that would be dope.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I wish how it happened, just like that. Everybody in the world just like peace, like you know what I'm saying. But ain't gonna happen like that.
Probably ain't gonna happen. It got
because ain't no lessons learned. Ain't no lessons learned like that. It's like you gotta kind of go through the pain, you know what I'm saying, to learn. So I feel like I guess niggas ain't been humbled enough.
So you saying the building gotta collapse for us to build it back?
Yeah, pretty much, because we too comfortable in the building. We too comfortable in the building, nigga. You know, like some people would say this is Babylon. Like niggas love Babylon because it feeds a lot of our, I guess our lower natures, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's, reason why they feed us that shit in the media, twerking every day, all kinds of wild shit. Not saying, I'm a man like y'all, but at the same time, that's all they feeding us at the end of the day. So that can't be completely good,
So are we more like susceptible to that side of the coin?
What you mean? It's from the dark side, from our lower nature, more susceptible to our lower nature. Is that what you're saying?
Is that easier?
I think so. Cause it takes less effort to give into it.
Because couldn't they also trick us? If it was like rooted in I don't know, positivity, and then they pull the rug up underneath us. Are y'all following me?
Yeah, I mean that's what
religion is. You mean like yeah, or I mean just you mean you saying basically like they'll present something as if it's positive and then make us follow behind it, and then we find out we went down the wrong path.
Right.
Wait, so what in what context though? What do you mean? In what context though?
I don't know.
Like as far as what?
You said we in Babylon, right? So like they're using sex and all this stuff to like, keep people, sleep, or or your inner I hate this man because I hate this man because of this man, this low vibration shit. But what if they just, faked the the higher side of, positivity and stuff, and then after the fact when they got all of us sleep, then pull the rug. Y'all follow me?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening every day. Yeah, pretty much. What Corey laughing about? Yeah, pretty much every day though. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole manipulation. Everything is being like you're saying, getting our consent. So they painted. What's the saying? They
and then you said like how they trick people to fly planes in the building. They use religion and their high side and saying do this for your you know what I'm saying, your God and whatever.
And you'll get
it's both sides of the coin.
Virgins in jail. I mean, I say jail in heaven. Yeah, exactly. So that's crazy. That shit is crazy, man. Shit is wild. Like it's just I don't know, yo. It's a game. That's the only way I can say it. This shit is a fucking game. That nigga Dick Gregory used to say that all the fucking time, man. Now I feel like I forget it. Like it's a game. It's a game they play. It's a game. That's what he used to always say. He used to always say that shit. But it is, young. It's like all theater. This shit is like a stage. Not 100% every single thing, but either way, some of the stories that might trickle in, you know what I'm saying, it's still not going to stop the agenda. You know what I'm saying? We might get some real shit that gets thrown in, but besides of that, it's still going to be certain stories that's going to happen no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because just look at the progression of society, young, and look how every news story kind of progresses to the next stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? And then we start to, you notice the social engineering, and then you start looking at the people on the streets and the people that you engage with on a day to day, and then you start seeing them literally becoming the same shit that started from that news story. You know what I'm saying? The shit be happening just like that.
It has to be a news story too for it to do anything. It has to be a news story.
That's where the whole social engineering starts. You know what I'm saying? These news stories, and then it progressing to this and progressing in that, and now next, we got laws in place, and we got men acting different, and women acting different, and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this should be just like that, bro. Like, this shit is all fucking. And I think what opened my mind to this shit, or opened my eyes to this the most, was this shit last year. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like it was the most obvious last year. You know what I'm saying? All that, like, just how everything was just playing out one by one. I'm like, nigga, this looked like it was staged, because everything is happening in chronological order. It's just too perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's like too perfect.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I was late to the party on that. I guess I was kind of oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, and then it's just like, God damn, when you go back to look at it, it's just like, yo, shit, it was wild.
It's like sometimes you just see too many coincidences where, like, it just makes that, like, that shit. I think Randall used to, like, that spidey sense, that fucking, like, thing in your brain that just, like, says, hold on, like, this ain't something, something just ain't making sense. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I don't know, that the whole shit was crazy though, man. That last year was like I'm not phenomenal in a good way, but it was like, that was a historic year last year. 2020 is gonna go down in history. It was so much crazy shit that happened last year,
and we're more than halfway through 2021.
Which just feels crazy.
I know, and it happened so goddamn fast, nigga. It happened so fast, bro.
That don't make no sense.
But yeah, man. So, I always say, it's like, the best you can try to do is just try not to, watch it, but don't let it consume you, man. Because that shit'll turn you into a whole different person. Like, if you get caught up in this shit too much, it'll turn you into a whole different person. And I know y'all done seen niggas turn into different people since all this shit started. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like, that shit just, because people be getting consumed with the shit. You know what I'm saying?
On multiple sides too. On multiple sides.
Oh, but I know y'all know what I'm talking about though. Like, they start repeating the rhetoric, and they start becoming like you'll have like a couch Black Lives Matter member in the house. You know what I'm saying? You're like, God damn, like, you wasn't like this a year ago. You was not like this a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn.
I like that. Couch
the intern.
You was not like this a year ago. Like, when did this come from? You know what I'm saying? So
I saw
the
other day I saw Styles P. He was on he had a I think it was not a TikTok, but I think he went live on IG, and he was trying to basically say that we need to stop calling
regular motherfucking snitches.
Yeah. It's like, you need to stop calling regular people snitches. If you're like you can't expect for a nigga that's not from the streets to live by the street code. What do you guys think? What do you think of that? Like, is there truth into that? Like, if you a snitch, you a snitch, or if you a snitch, you know.
I mean, we kind of talked about this before when we were talking about the whole 6ix9ine shit, but yeah, I mean, there's snitches in everyday life, and there's snitches at work and shit like that. That's just, I mean, if that's your personality. But you know what I'm saying, certain shit don't make logical sense if you're talking about, the street life and snitching and all that shit. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna take, the same fall for you if you committed the crime, and I ain't got nothing to do with the shit. I think that's where the whole
best believe I'm not going to jail for no nigga. I'm snitching.
I'm not
just let y'all know.
I'm not snitching. It's just, I think you as a man should be stepping forward. It's like, oh, all of us not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's some stupid shit. Like, if you letting somebody get over on you saying, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing, you're not gonna say nothing either. Okay, all of y'all doing time. Nah, if you a man and you like, I don't know, you got some type of nobility in the streets, you should be falling on your sword where they see fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
couldn't say any better. I couldn't say any better.
Snitching or not, nigga, be a fucking man.
Straight up.
Snitching.
I ain't saying all that, but I'm saying it.
I'm snitching. I'm not going to jail for nobody, nigga. I'm not going to jail for nobody. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. I love y'all to death. I'm not going to jail for nobody. I'm not going to jail. If y'all doing some dumbass shit out there, I'm not going to jail for
but
y'all.
that's the point.
I'm not going to jail for nobody.
That's the point I'm saying. That's the point I'm saying.
Nobody.
I'm not going to put nobody in that position because I have morals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a certain.
Even I feel you on that shit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna have nobody.
I feel you with that shit.
I'm not gonna put nobody in that position,
right? Because I want a roommate. The fuck.
What you saying, Lighthouse?
I mean, me generally, you know, I'm not gonna like if it's like in a workplace, it's just even somebody I'm dealing with on the general perspective. Like, I'm not gonna tell on them this because like most shit ain't that deep for me to have to tell on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as far as when it comes to like you know, so-called street shit, like, I don't even want nothing to do with that shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I don't even, you know, leave that shit over there. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, y'all niggas
don't have time for it.
Yeah, kidding. Y'all niggas, that shit, y'all can keep that shit over there. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
You don't even socialize with those type of folks. We don't even socialize with those type of folks. It's like, come on, dog. I'm not going to jail for nobody.
But what Styles P was saying is accurate. Like, he can't. Called street niggas can't
I get it.
You know what I mean, expect people of that life to live by the same goofy ass rules that y'all made up.
But even with that concept right there, like, you know,
everybody's in the mafia.
So this is actually even deeper than what we're talking about, because like, why is that even the rule in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that even why are we looking at that as a standard? Because we wouldn't be talking about this if that wasn't and I'm not even talking about from the perspective of just even snitching. I'm talking about just, you know, the street ideals, the street morale. Like, why is that the standard for us? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't think we'd be having this conversation if we all wasn't aware of that on some level. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
true.
Excuse me, why do we even have to act that way or even think that like we have to live up to that? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of black people who ain't nowhere near the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of people that's not, you know, so it's like, but why is that standard still
that's what they want us to
all,
believe?
You know what I'm saying?
They want us to believe.
But it's funny because I was watching this Kwame Brown video earlier, and he even said that shit. He was like, basically, like, as a black man, if you not street, then you pretty much don't have a voice. Like, niggas expect you not to say shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I mean, that there's some validity to that shit. You kind of get dismissed.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Because a lot of times, that's why a lot of times when you watch these, like, you know, World Star video, niggas be like, oh, nigga, you ain't never did this in the streets. Like, who is this nigga? He ain't never shot that. He ain't never been to jail. He ain't never, like, it's like, that's the standard to have a voice, you know what I'm saying, as a black man. Like, it's like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he stabbed a couple niggas. Let that man speak. You know what I'm saying? He probably about to say some real shit. About to say some real shit. Nah, go ahead, let him go. Let him. And that's how I feel like that be the mindset. You know what I'm saying?
And then
other niggas, it'd be like, oh, nigga, you go to work every day, nigga. Like, what do you know? You all doing the right thing and being a good nigga. Like, what experience you got, nigga?
That's true though.
That's literally how niggas be thinking. That's literally how niggas be thinking. That's literally it is. And the sad thing is that mindset is strongest with the kids, with like the 18, so, you know, the teenagers, the early 20s. I think that's what that mentality is the strongest at that age. You know,
I need them stripes.
So, you know, so I feel like that's where we be losing niggas the most, you know, during that same age too. So
yeah,
it's kind of sad.
And
that's at the age when niggas can start building their shit. That's at the age when niggas can actually start, you know, creating some sort of foundation, you know, that can help their families, which can also help their communities. But, you know, niggas be getting offed. like early. Shit fucked up. Yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all on that.
Like I said, y'all niggas ain't never said no lie in that show. Never.
I got another conspiracy.
But yeah,
give it to me. Let's go.
Go ahead.
I'm playing though, but why is it when Bill Gates obtained all this farmland, the goddamn chicken wing price went out the roof? Goddamn.
Say that again.
It's a. Do you know it's a whole chicken wing shortage going on right now?
I heard about it, but I ain't looked too deep into it. But I did see like a little blip of that shit.
I paid $20-some for a pack of chicken wings the other day.
How many pounds?
Damn.
How many pounds? How many pounds? How many pounds?
The regular, family pack.
Oh, I bought some wings at Costco like a couple weeks ago. Was them shit tied up? I'm trying to remember if they was real high. I can't remember.
Did you pay about 20?
I did hear about that shit though. I don't even remember. Yeah, I really don't. That shit was like, I think that was like 2 weeks ago.
True. But you don't think that the whole shortage shit, like that's like, I think that's like probably one of the most important things that's happening right now. Shortages in
general.
So they say now.
Oh shit! But is it the flats?
Shut the hell up. All of them.
But is it the flats?
It's all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
But what does that say though? All right, if we having chicken wing shortage, we having shortages on all sorts of shit, and you can only get X amount of soy sauce packs and Chick-fil-A sauces and shit now. Starbucks don't even carry half of the shit that they carried 3 months ago. What is that saying though? Like, are they saying it's a shortage now and it's going to get better, or is it going to keep getting short?
I honestly think that's going to be like, it's going to be the new COVID. The new 9/11, the new COVID. It's going to be some type of shortage, like food shortage or money shortage, and you can't buy food. So I think that's going to be like the next, big thing in society. I'm telling you, like that's the next thing.
Yeah, that was my point. That's huge.
That's a possibility.
They're gonna like either like,
but that makes a lot of sense.
I think it's gonna be like to get specific.
Can you imagine a food shortage though?
Right. It's not gonna be a food. Yes, it's gonna be a food shortage because like they're gonna say like networks and computers and all that shit is like linked up to like the farmland and the machinery and all that other bullshit. But I think it's going to be just them shutting down the internet of you buying. Everything's going to be cashless, right? So you can't be buying your food or ordering your food without no internet. So I think they're going to shut down the internet. It's possible they could just shut down the internet for a few days, and then how you going to survive? How you going to buy shit? How you can put gas in your car? How you gonna do any of that shit?
How do y'all feel though? How do y'all feel about that though? Do y'all feel like y'all ready for that? Are y'all like, as far as like protection wise?
I don't think nobody ready for that.
Nobody ready for that?
Nah, because like, do you got canned food in your house? Do you got unlimited bottles of water? I
don't got unlimited bottles of water, but I'm
gonna let you know now. I'm asked out.
Right, but also when they shut down, like
but for how long though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they shut down the internet. How you getting your energy? Do you have AC? Do you got heat? Do you got all that? Also, with your water,
for how long?
Your all water.
And where are you going to shit? Where are you going to shit at? Where you going to shit at?
Exactly.
Now you're looking at disease.
Outside.
Yeah, see that nobody consider that shit.
I done shit outside.
And you only have so much. You only have so much ammunition too. You only have so much ammunition too. Like you was in like one of those real ass situations.
Right, and if you living on top
have
of
all
people,
the guns, bro. But
right, you living on top of people. They who they gonna knock on the door first? Your neighbor's gonna knock on your door. All right, what you got? You got a little bit of noodles, something. Yeah,
I got nothing over here. I'm talking. I got nothing over here, dog. I got nothing. I was about to come and knock on your door, nigga. I was about to come and knock on your door, dog.
But now your security system not working because it's not online. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit is interconnected.
That's why you gotta be on a jump. You just gotta roll out that joint. I'm knocking on your door, so they think I don't got shit.
We need plans. I'm telling people.
And I got everything over this joint. So I'm gonna knock on your door. Like, hey, what you got over there, joint, dog? What you got, bro? What you got, dog? God damn.
Yeah, I ain't prepared for that.
I definitely wholeheartedly believe that's the next like shock thing that's going to happen in society. There's going to be some.
Are y'all strapped up heavily though? Are y'all strapped up heavily though?
They gonna
came down to it.
It's gonna be a little sample jump first though. I think it's gonna be like a little like EMP
test run, little test run.
Yeah.
See how it works.
EMP
see how we
from
respond
like Russia or China. There has to be a bully.
Okay. All right. I want to hear that bullshit. I
want to know. Are y'all strapped up heavily?
Are y'all strapped up heavily? Are y'all strapped up heavily? Are y'all ready to go? If it came down right now, tomorrow,
so much ammunition you're gonna have.
I don't care about the ammunition, but do you feel comfortable though? But do you feel comfortable that you can like
protect myself?
Yeah. At least for a couple of days, my nigga.
And put it like this: so if there is a shortage,
I can protect myself all along, but how am I gonna like give myself energy with no fucking food? That's the most important.
That's not what I'm asking. And that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking.
Suppose you got
like if
motherfuckers can't do all that shit hungry, nigga. If you hungry,
if niggas trying to run up on your shit, do you feel comfortable? Even if you don't have shit, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you can just, get niggas the fuck up off you, dog? Do you feel like you can get niggas the fuck up off you? Even
I try my best.
That's my whole point. Because that's my whole point. Because that's your safe haven. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't have none, even if niggas overrun your shit and run up in that joint and find out, oh, there's nothing in this joint, and finally, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? After they get the fuck up out of that joint, oh, and then you can go and do your little thing and move about and find some other houses or whatever if you're on that other shit. Just going through other joints and nigga, if we had a food shortage, nigga, that's what they talking about.
I think it's gonna be but it's more than a food shortage.
Run up in your shit.
It's more than a food shortage. It's gonna be
but
gas
you gotta move
shortage.
differently. Yeah. You got a family and shit. Like if you got a food shortage, dog, you can't just be. If you got a family, it's a lot more than just all right. I got these guns. Like Lighthouse said,
you got to go get some shit. You got to go get some shit.
It's more than the food.
That's my point.
It's way different, dog.
It's a network shortage.
The question I'm asking.
Network
do you feel comfortable out here? Do you feel comfortable out here to be able to?
If everything
survive.
If the internet shut down tomorrow, how are they going to give you energy to your house? How are you going to cool your house? It's hot as shit. Like all that shit I'm talking about.
Internet don't got shit to do with my motherfucking
your AC
and electric.
They control that shit. They control it with the internet. What you talking about?
They control my AC.
Yes. They turn your shit off tomorrow.
It runs off electricity.
Who controlling my AC? Who cutting my AC off?
Your
tomorrow,
energy, BGE or Smetco or what I mean, all that shit.
So you saying they're not checking on meters no more?
I'm saying if there was a internet, just if they shut off all things the internet, all that shit is going off. You can't pump fuel in your car. You can't. Put the AC on. I know you can't put AC on in your house. You can't watch news. You can't do none of that stuff. You can't buy stuff at the grocery store. All that shit is dead.
Shit.
Everything's dependent on the internet.
Not over here, nigga.
Okay, super nigga.
Like I said, I would hate to be in that situation.
What's the man name? Jonathan Donner. That's me.
Corey, you better stop admitting to all these crimes that you ain't do.
Super nigga.
I know you wild.
Right.
You see you
right. You align yourself to a criminal. Anyway. This is overtime. We're gonna jump up out of here.
Damn, did you see my super chest? Did you see my super?
And the beer belly. But anyway, this is
Simo, you wild, yeah.
overtime number 47. We didn't talk about a whole lot of deep wild shit. But catch us on the Fight Room podcast.
Niggas.
We giving away 2 tickets to a sip and paint. Just check our link in the description, Snapchat that video, and then post it on the IG. It's all love. Hope to see y'all there. Fight Room podcast, Fight Room TV, overtime number 47. Corey, you gonna hit us with?
My dogs, I holla.
All right now.